Welcome to today's captivating story from the Bible, The Road to Emmaus. Join us as we explore this moving tale of discovery, faith, and revelation set shortly after the resurrection of Jesus Christ. This story is filled with profound themes and timeless lessons, and it's sure to captivate and inspire. In the aftermath of Jesus' crucifixion, two of his disciples, Cleopas and another unnamed disciple, find themselves on a journey to the village of Emmaus, located about 7 miles from Jerusalem. The air is heavy with sorrow and confusion as they discuss the events that have unfolded. As they walk and talk, a mysterious stranger joins them on their journey. The disciples do not recognize him, but he is none other than the resurrected Jesus. He inquires about their conversation, and they express their disappointment and disbelief over the recent events. The stranger begins to explain the scriptures to the disciples, revealing how the prophecies foretold the Messiah's suffering and glory. As he speaks, the disciples are deeply moved, yet they still do not recognize him. As they reach Emmaus, the disciples invite the stranger to stay with them for the evening. During dinner, he takes bread, blesses it, breaks it, and gives it to them. Suddenly, their eyes are opened, and they recognize him as Jesus. In that moment, he vanishes from their sight. Filled with joy and amazement, Cleopas and the other disciple return to Jerusalem that very night. They share the incredible news with the other disciples, proclaiming that the Lord is indeed risen. The road to Emmaus is a powerful story of faith, revelation, and the fulfillment of prophecy. It reminds us that even in moments of doubt and despair, there is hope and transformation waiting to be discovered. Thank you for joining us on this journey, and remember to subscribe for more inspiring stories.
Hello, everyone, and thank you so much for staying with us. Here's question number 1. How far was the village of Emmaus from Jerusalem? Answer: Emmaus was about 7 miles from Jerusalem. Scripture verse, Luke 24:13. Now that same day, 2 of them were going to a village called Emmaus, about 7 miles from Jerusalem. Question number 2. Who joined the disciples on their journey, and why didn't they recognize him? Answer: Jesus joined them on their journey, but they were kept from recognizing him. Scripture verse, Luke 24:15-16. As they talked and discussed these things with each other, Jesus himself came up and walked along with them, but they were kept from recognizing him. Question number 3. What were the disciples discussing as they walked? Answer: They were discussing everything that had happened concerning Jesus' crucifixion and the reports of his resurrection. Scripture verse, Luke 24:14. They were talking with each other about everything that had happened. Question number 4. How did Jesus explain the events that had occurred? Answer: Jesus explained the scriptures concerning himself, starting with Moses and all the prophets. Scripture verse, Luke 24:27. And beginning with Moses and all the prophets, he explained to them what was said in all the scriptures concerning himself. Question number 5. What did the 2 disciples urge Jesus to do as they approached Emmaus? Answer: They urged Jesus to stay with them because it was nearly evening. Scripture verse, Luke 24:29. But they urged him strongly, "Stay with us, for it is nearly evening, the day is almost over." So he went in to stay with them. Here's question number 6. When did the disciples finally recognize Jesus? Answer: They recognized Jesus when he broke bread with them. Scripture verse, Luke 24:30-31. When he was at the table with them, he took bread, gave thanks, broke it, and began to give it to them. Then their eyes were opened and they recognized him, and he disappeared from their sight. Question number 7. What did the disciples say to each other after Jesus disappeared? Answer: They remarked how their hearts burned within them while Jesus talked with them on the road and opened the scriptures to them. Scripture verse, Luke 24:32. They asked each other, "Were not our hearts burning within us while he talked with us on the road and opened the scriptures to us?" Number 8. What did the disciples do after recognizing Jesus? Answer: They immediately returned to Jerusalem to share what had happened with the other disciples. Scripture verse, Luke 24:33. They got up and returned at once to Jerusalem. There they found the 11 and those with them, assembled together. And question number 9. How did the disciples describe their experience to the others in Jerusalem? Answer: they told the others how Jesus was recognized by them when he broke the bread. Scripture verse, Luke 24:35. Then the two told what had happened on the way and how Jesus was recognized by them when he broke the bread